Buongiorno. Here's the problem. Learning Italian is becoming 100 times easier thanks to AI. Duolingo gets you addicted to learning, and their Explain My Answer feature is only getting better. ChatGPT is a 24/7 tutor who knows everything, and real-time translating headphones like the Time Kettle WT2 Edge basically remove the need to learn Italian altogether. But here's what it won't do: make you sound Italian. Soon, technically anybody will be able to communicate. AI will whisper perfect Italian into your ear, smoothing over mistakes and filling in the blanks. So the one thing that will matter more than all of this in the near future is culture. Think about it. Everybody will be able to speak Italian at the push of a button, so what actually gets somebody accepted into Italian society? The answer isn't words, because the real journey to learning Italian and becoming Italian really starts after you've learned the words. So understanding how Italians think, how they joke, the subtle references they make in conversation, that's what will set you apart. You know, for example, why a certain joke will land in Rome but will fall flat in Milan. And if you want to truly connect with Italians, AI won't get you there yet. I think only immersion will. Now let me show you how. Right now, technology is turning language learning upside down. AI-powered tools are eliminating the need to memorize phrases, struggle with grammar, or even think in another language. Imagine stepping into a cafe in Rome with some of these real-time translation headphones in your ear. You order your cappuccino in English, and the barista hears perfect Italian. They respond in Italian, and you hear flawless English. Is this incredible? Yes. But here's the catch. Translation doesn't replace understanding. If an Italian makes a quick joke about an old TV show or drops a lyric from a song that everybody knows, AI won't explain the reference 100% of the time. It won't teach you why they smiled, just so when they said niente zucchero, vero? Which is a subtle hint that real Italians don't put sugar in their espresso. Now look, I'm not an AI training engineer. I don't know exactly which data ChatGPT has been trained on to learn Italian, but given its global scale, I'd assume it's mostly standard, mostly correct Italian. And absolutely, it can take us into the weeds of some of these local phrases and variations, which is fantastic. But there's so much of Italian that's never even written down, let alone popular enough to make it into AI training data. And really, the historical reason for this is that Italy, until recently, used to be many different countries, each with their own dialects and languages. Remnants of these are why Italy has significantly more variation from region to region than countries like Britain, which have been pretty unified since the Norman invasion. The other thing is that today, when you say a few phrases in fluent Italian on holiday, the person listening will appreciate the effort that you've put in, regardless of how good you actually sound. When learning the words becomes superfluous because of AI, I think that the cultural knowledge will really show the same effort that you've put into Italians. And overall, I think it's a phenomenal tool, but it won't help you to belong. And that's where culture comes in. All right, so Italians love humor, and it's layered. A joke that's hilarious to them might fall flat to a foreigner, not because of the language, but also because of the context. Many Italians grew up watching shows like Striscia or quoting lines from a great Totò film. If you don't know them, you're really missing part of the conversation. They also love playfully teasing each other, but there's a fine line between banter and offence. Italy's a society with a lot of rules about formality, respecting your elders, this kind of thing, so it's important to walk that line, and not just to give up and never do it at all. Knowing how and when to joke is really as important as knowing the words to say. So to truly speak Italian, you will need to learn these cultural nuances. Okay, so you could ask an Italian who their favourite singer is, and you won't just get a name, you'll get a history lesson. Music and film are deeply tied to identity, and if you don't know at least a few key artists, you'll always kind of be that outsider, no matter how perfect your Italian is. People like Lucio Battisti, Mina, Vasco Rossi, they're not really just musicians, they're really part of that collective memory that Italians share. Modern hits might include people by Ultimo or Mahmood, and they might be on every radio station, but they do also carry that cultural weight. In terms of films, you might see things like La Dolce Vita or Nuovo Cinema Paradiso. These aren't just about entertainment though, it's understanding what shaped Italian storytelling And again, just being part of that collective understanding.